All right, welcome everybody to the Sasha Daygame podcast again, and this time we're doing it visual, which is amazing. People have been like, "Dude, why don't you have a video?" And I'm like, "Cause it's a pain in the ass." But fuck it, let's try it. Here. This is the first ever podcast with a unicorn. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Shaft. I'm part of the fabulous of unicorns, and I'm fabulous.
He is really, really fabulous. I like how the word fabulous can be instantly turned into a slightly gay. So, yeah, this is freaking great. Let me adjust this. Actually, let's just move that way a tiny bit, because look, I'm all the way over. In case we use the computer. No, that's just going to make sexual tension.
Oh, God, this is
Here we go.
Which way? This way, closer?
This is too close.
Too much.
It's too much. Look at you.
I'm
You're all
just
shiny
sweating and everything.
You got to see his pants. Hang on, I'm going to show you. Look at this. The gold fucking pants, outrageous, plus the,
This is just home gear.
It's
Saturday social.
I knew you'd be wearing that too when you came in. So here's the story, right? You're all going, who the fuck is this guy? And I'll explain. So I watched a few weeks ago. I like the Vice documentaries because they're really good. And so one comes up and it was like, what was the title of it? Unicorn?
It's just unicorns.
It was just unicorns or something like that. And we're like, what the fuck? So of course I clicked on it and I watched it, and it was about this guy who's basically a polyamorous unicorn party monk. I don't even know. Yeah.
The Guardian has described me, and the Vice has described me as a cult leader of a sexually unicornized movement. It's not true. I'm not a cult leader. But I wouldn't mind being one. I'm not a cult leader. It's too much admin. It's basically a bunch of unicorns. I'm like a shepherd, basically. So I basically got loads of people together who are unicorns in their own right, and we just go around spreading the sparkle.
So basically, I'm in this little cafe, in Spiral Cafe, nice place in Camden. He walks in, I'm catching up with a friend of mine, and I look at him and I'm like, I know this guy. Is he my client? Is he someone? And immediately I'm like, it's the freaking guy from the thing. And I try out to him and I'm like, let's do a podcast, let's hang out and talk about it. So here we are.
Exactly, I believe in immediacy, one of the key principles of Burning Man, of Borderland principles, and yes, I'm all about immediacy. Let's make this happen. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do something magical. So people are probably first thought are thinking, what the fuck is going on here?
Wow.
So how did let's explain the unicorn thing first, I think. Then we can get into polyamorous unicorn dating and other things like that.
Exactly. So for me, I had a bike. She's caged over there. She's quite a sexual thing. Let's just show you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Look how sexy you are. I've caught you and you'll never leave the house.
This is quite nice, actually.
I know, iridescent, my favourite colour.
Yeah.
So basically, I used to just cycle around on my bike. It's my first love. It's the thing I trust the most. Gets me from A to B, and put it up on Facebook, and people are like, oh look, a unicorn. And then, you know, like how you got a granddad, and like someone gives them like a sock or something related to golf, and they got it once, and then everyone starts going, he must like golf, and everyone just gave him golf shit. That's kind of how it escalated to having my own subculture now.
Hang on a minute. How was the bike connected to unicorns? I don't understand.
I called it my unicorn.
Oh, you just called it that?
Yeah. So I like go around on my unicorn, and I went to Nowhere Festival, and I had this around my neck.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Yeah. No horn. I had an 8-year-old's onesie on. Mm-hmm. And people just said, you're a unicorn, and I was like, yes I am. Mm-hmm. And it really evolved from there.
Right.
I didn't actually want to be a unicorn, I just thought I'd embrace it.
Yeah. Well...
and then I found out it's actually a very strong, like a mythical, spiritual symbol. And now every time I do some kind of medicine like ayahuasca or iboga, or when I meditate, I see unicorns, or I am a unicorn god.
That's beautiful. Well, you certainly... What I appreciated about the video is that it was clear to me this is a guy who he just goes and does what the fuck he wants. He goes all the way. He doesn't half-ass party. He doesn't half-ass... he goes for it fucking 100%, as you can tell.
In advertising, we call it a single-minded proposition.
And yeah, totally. And I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to that stuff as well.
All or nothing.
All or nothing, yeah, pretty much.
Some might say it's an addictive personality.
Yeah, you might say that.
But it's not. It's healthy.
Sure. Well, it's like I talk about, if you're going to, my thing is getting guys to talk to women and to embrace life, take more chances. And it's like, you want to go through that phase, get it done, right? Get it done, go and chat with girls, become a man, have some sexual experiences, and then you can do that, and then move on and do other things with your life. You don't want to be stuck in it. You're not going to be a unicorn forever. Maybe inside, but on the outside, he's going to
I've got a tattoo on my back, so... technically.
All right, so maybe for in a way forever.
Forever.
But you're evolving, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I started off as a trashicorn, moved up to being a fabulous unicorn, and then became a pegacorn god. When I was in Jerusalem, I had visions about the 10 principles of unicornia, literally channel shit.
Nice.
And then became a light warrior corn when I did ayahuasca, and she told me how to like move and dance and how to change my life and not be addicted to like alcohol. And now become a tantricorn.
Nice.
Yeah. Forever evolving. Who knows what's going to be next year?
That's great. So I don't even know where to begin. So one of the things that was really fascinating was that you were doing polyamory. So you were basically having open sexual relationships with girls, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Were you always sort of because you have to be very comfortable with your sexuality to do that stuff. Most people are not going to be cool with like hooking up with one girl and even being open about it and hooking up with another girl. Never mind having them in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
Doing stuff to your horn. So how did that come about? Were you always sexually open, or you just sort of came to sort of what happened?
So I'm in a place where I'm very reflective of my entire life because I don't drink Lamborghini or get fucked anymore. So I'm like having to face everything I have been through, and accept everything that's happened. So I've been a very loving guy. I do love women. I love having sex because I see it as a very healing, connecting union of two souls, and also you get really buff from it. So I love sex, but I'm from a very strict devout Muslim family, so I've been, brought up on like, you have to get married, you have got to have kids. So all I've ever wanted is to have the normal life. That's all I've ever wanted.
Your parents must be loving this right here.
I can love it. I got mum tattooed on my back.
Have they seen the documentary?
They're in Bangladesh. They don't even know what the internet is.
Are you serious? What would be their reaction if they saw it?
I think my mum would be really proud. She would be really proud. I'd just rub it in her face. Look! So yeah. But yeah, so basically I wanted the normal life. Yeah. But I just never had the normal life. So I was engaged at 23, about to get married, and then I went into medical testing because I didn't have a lot of money. And I told my best mate to look after my fiancée, and boy did he look after her with his dick. So that never worked out, and then I went back out with her because I was in London. I was like jobless, homeless, suicidal, had nothing, and she had food, basic functions. I was like, okay, we'll get back together, and then I caught her in bed with another guy. That cycle literally just kept on going for the last 10 years, which was like best mates sleeping with a monogamous relationship. So it didn't work out for me. It's like putting your hand into a fire and going, oh, I keep getting burned. Oh look, there's no fire. It's nice and warm. It doesn't hurt. So that's polyamory for me. I tried something that didn't work, and it's like as though the universe going, this is not for you. But I want it because that's what my parents said, and Hollywood told me to do it. I want the one, and like I was a love addict. Like all I wanted was to be with this woman who was the soul and love of my life. I would do anything for her. And I really, when I was with someone, I was completely monogamous. I would be with that person, and that was it for me. And like, how like women don't want to have a lot of notches on their bedpost, and they just like, I'm like the opposite with relationships. I only want to have like very few relationships because when I'm in love with someone, I want to marry them. Mm-hmm. That was the old me. So in the end, a couple of years ago, I went out with someone for 13 days, which changed the course of my life. That was my 4th monogamous relationship, and I had to call the police on her twice in the end. And I was like, right, this really doesn't work. So now I am in a polyamorous relationship. I have been since 2010. I found out there's more people like me. There's no slut shaming. You have to be very clear on communication, honesty, trust, and respect. Like, treat people how you want to be treated yourself. If you want to fuck loads of people, you've got to expect the other woman to be, your lovers to be fucking other people. Like,
yeah, or at least have the freedom to do what they want.
Exactly, yeah. And like being a unicorn, I am a symbol of freedom. So freedom to love, freedom to live, freedom to express yourself. So you do, like the key thing is, this may sound arrogant, but it's not. You just gotta know how fucking awesome you are, so people will come back to you, because there's no one like you on the planet. The reason why they're with you is because of you. Like, maybe, people have different like, women have different flavours of being a woman, like from being like the virgin to the mother to, to Kali to being a slut. Men also have different flavours. Like, everyone can't, like, unless you've got a very trained person in all the flavours of being man and being a woman. I mean, they do exist. They're just working really hard on themselves. But everyone can't fulfill everything in someone's needs. So that's why people go to different people because it's different.
Yeah. Sound familiar, guys? Gee, it's almost like he's talking about authenticity and interesting.
You have to lay it out first of all, because else, like, I tell everyone everything.
Here's what's awesome, because you've gone such an extreme of just like, fucking, I'm going to be a unicorn and go with it 100%. Then other people get sucked in because you're leading. You're doing something completely different. Like you put yourself in a category of just one. Like there's literally no one else. And then other people go, fuck it, I want to join this guy because he's doing some crazy shit and he knows who he is and he's doing something different. And that is the most attractive thing because you're following a crazy fucking passion idea of yours, right?
So much friction. So much friction. I've literally just left my unicorns though on Wednesday.
All of them.
All of them. All 56 of them. I left them.
I
sent an email. It was literally a very tough decision. I became the minority. Like, check if you Google Vice Unicorns, my documentary will come up, and there's a scene.
Check it out. It's good.
It is good. Well, it has an element. It's obviously all truths, but they've It's
not going to be as good as this podcast, obviously, but
obviously.
It's all right, isn't it?
But yeah, there's a moment where I'm in a pub and I talk about polyamory and stuff, and then all of them, they literally just, they aren't as free. I mean, everyone's got their own past and everyone's got a way of living and loving. I'm from the Burning Man world where it's a lot more freer. They're from London, so they don't see how free you could be. And that freedom of expression, living and loving that I have at the Burns. And I travel the world doing this, like, just Wikipedia regional burns, and you can travel the world being who you want to be throughout the entire year. That's what I've been doing for the last 4 years. But this time around, I've spent a whole year just, like, spending all, like, 10,000 odd pounds on just travelling within and trying to find out who I actually am. Know thyself is, like, a very, like, I don't know who the fuck I am because I've been addicted to drugs since I was 13. So my journey has been very much inwards in order to go outwards again. So connect with myself to connect with other people. They aren't on the same journey as me. So I had to make the brave decision of, once we were the majority of, free love, freedom, now I'm very much by myself as a poly unicorn. They are monogamous, so I come across a lot of this. And I thought, right, I'm just going to take myself out of the equation. They could have this thing that I built up for the last 5 years, that it's theirs. It's a beautiful thing, because we literally go around festivals, sex parties, we're in politics, like, we do kiss parties, like, we do everything. And we raise the vibration. We go around there and make people feel fabulous and sexy. That's our thing. But I need to take myself out of the equation, because I need to be with people who understand me, who are also going through this. You're obviously going through the same thing as well, because I saw your podcast, and there's a different shift now. We aren't about acquiring outside things to make us happy. We're all trying to be happy from within.
You have to. I have to. That's something that, people find me because they want to get laid. They want to meet chicks. They want to be brave. But as people have been following me for years and years, they realize, of course, I'm going through my own evolution, and it's all about going deeper and figuring out who the fuck you are, what do you want to do with your life, living the life you want, regardless of what anybody thinks. Fuck everybody.
A little bit selfish, but
you have to be.
You have to be.
Hi, Truth. This guy's one of my people. You have to, because no one in life's going to come around and give you the life you want. There's no fucking mystery.
You need to be your own mother and father.
And as soon as you realize, hang on a minute, it's not getting chicks or money or a cool job. None of that stuff's going to make you happy. And when you go inside and then you realize who you are and what the fuck you want, you start going for that passionately, you're going to attract women.
Do you know what the side effect of that is? So much. Wealth and pussy.
Yeah. Well, my whole business, I travel around the world teaching courses, doing talks, all this kind of stuff. I'm not a multimillionaire. I do pretty well. And I work for myself.
It's great.
Yeah, it's all right.
We're living a hobby.
Exactly. And I've never went, oh man, fucking yeah, I'm gonna make my. No. I was helping people, being myself, and I was helping better other people, and that karma just comes right back. And so now
I don't believe in karma, but
I fucking do.
Do you?
Yeah, because you go around fucking people over, you're gonna get fucked. And
that's
you go
just
around
a normal
making people
way
feel
of
happy.
Exactly, yeah. But then again, when I was a nice guy, bad things kept on happening. So that's my own personal way of seeing things.
But here's the thing, though. Being a nice guy, the way you're saying it, is actually being fake. Because usually most guys are nice because it's a strategy for them to get something. Oh, I'm a nice person. I deserve to get that pussy. Come on, I bought you dinner. I bought you drinks. I should get some... So in the most cases, so that wasn't really you. Was that really you, the guy you were being, or were you being nice because you're supposed to be nice, so people think you're okay? That's the question.
I guess back then in my 20s, I was just trying to make everyone happy.
Exactly, and that's not you, and that's not authentic. It's not authentic, and there's a difference between being who you are and treating people with respect, or trying to make everyone else happy. Fuck that, because that's needy as shit. Yeah. That's so fucking needy.
Oh yeah, I was massively needy and well insecure. All I ever wanted was to be a house husband, do my art, look after the kids, and be rescued by a woman. Then I ended up having to rescue myself.
Yeah, that's what happens. And that's the thing, though. You're going on your own personal journey, as crazy as it is, and at the end, you're going to fucking make peace with yourself.
Well, on Wednesday, I sent an email to my Unicorn saying how they've done so well, in personal growth and also as building this subculture of unicorns, the fabulous of unicorns. # spread the sparkle. Check it out. So
shameless self-promotion. I love it.
I work in advertising. I'm an art director. Jesus, I'm goddamn success in it. So I basically left, and as soon as I left that, since Wednesday to today, you're in my house. I've met a powerful, amazing tantric priestess woman who's phenomenal. I've got 30 new light warrior corns in a new paddock. Things have shifted from literally in a space of a week. So it's from what I built for the last 5 years, what I was, I live and breathe. I'm up till 3 a.m, working solidly. And then I'm up again in the morning to go to my proper work and then come back home again. And then on the weekends I'm unicorn. And then it's basically, I'm living and breathing my life, which is also my career. So I've left that, and instantly I've got something which I never thought was possible, which is way more.
It's madness. I can't believe you have a real job still.
Art director and advertising, work at some of the top agencies on the planet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to sell my first property.
Because this seems like it's a real full-time gig, what you've got going
on. It is.
Here.
I rock up to work.
This is not a part-time. Yeah, all right, guys, it's 5 o'clock, so unicorn time now, guys? Should we all... No.
Live and breathe it. So yeah, I basically go to this thing called Morning Gloryville. It's all over the world now. It's a very positive thing. It's a thing that saved my life from a lot of depression I used to suffer. If you could dance in public and not be scared of what people think, you could harness that into your normal life, and you will be a lot more confident. So I am part of the Morning Gloryville Conscious Clubbing Revolution, and we literally, I call it Spreading the Sparkle. We lift the vibration, make everyone feel fabulous and sexy, and it's all real sober, real connections, rather than when you're in a nightclub or something. I do not go to a nightclub anymore.
I fucking hate nightclubs. My whole business is born, and my whole personality out of the fact that I refuse to go to nightclubs and drink to meet chicks.
Exactly.
I hate them. That's why I want to go to one of these things. I still haven't gone.
What are you doing tonight?
No plans, actually.
Come with me! I'm going to go to Infinite Bliss. It's a proper, a yogurt weaver thing. It's going to be a lot of conscious people. It's going to be cacao. It's going to be something that I've not been involved in, but I want to get into that circle because you have actual connections and there's no drink.
That sounds good.
Cool!
I'm going to drag the girl. That's awesome. I should be hitting you with my snout because I'm actually a pig. It's fine. So, okay. That's awesome.
There was a question I was answering. I got totally sidetracked. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, that's the thing. We just had so much to talk about. I don't even know where to freaking start.
Hit me with questions. My favourite subject matter is me.
and I like how he's honest with that. And he's just like, yeah, I love talking about me. I'm an arrogant fucker. I love myself. It's great.
Not arrogance.
Oh, it's a little arrogant. Let's be honest.
It's called a life CV. Embrace that life CV. Basically, I'm an artist and a creative. We are taught not to be humble. We're taught to be humble. Don't show off too much because it shows you're egocentric. You're not being humble. It's
I think a little cocky is good.
Yeah,
I like to think that I'm a little I can be humble, but I'm a little cocky.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm fucking awesome.
Exactly, because you are.
Well, yeah. So I'm okay.
Also,
I'm okay putting that out there, but I don't want to be a fucking complete douchebag. So, but a little douchey here and there is all right.
You don't want to be a complete
dick. A little bit douchey. It's fine. So you've gone through this massive change. What would you say was sort of your biggest moment of clarity or realization in the last couple of years? Because I know you've done the ayahuasca, me as well. Was it and sometimes was it even doing the substances, or maybe you were just sitting in your room at one point and you just had this moment of fucking hell, this is what I need to do, or this is who I am. What's been the biggest, like, holy shit moment?
This one time at Burning Man.
I figured it was going to start.
So last year, I was at Burning Man. I couldn't get pissed at all. And, like, my job at Burning Man is to be this fabulous unicorn who's a whirlwind of sexual glitter that takes everyone on this, like, adventure around the desert. And that's me. Like, I love a good orgy. Like, who doesn't? They're really scary sometimes. You gotta, like, now I do it sober, which is so much more powerful. I'm going to tell me about Tantra Corner later.
Okay.
So I basically couldn't get drunk. I was not myself. I was like, fuck, I got to give up drinking at the end of the year, and already I can't get what's going on. So I came back, and it was like last year, August 31st, and I met my mate Hardstar. He's a light warrior corn, and he said, "Hey, fancy doing ayahuasca?" I was like, I've always wanted to do it in, you know, a nice shamanic place in the rainforest. I'm gonna hold myself and not. No, I'll do it. Where is it? And it's like it's in the spiritual epicenter of London, South London. Won't say where it is. So we did it, and it changed my life. She basically she took me dancing. I started flowing in a way that I've never moved before, and now I actually use that in my dance. And now I could talk to other people who flow like me. Now we have a communication, and when I actually connect with them and talk to them, they're exactly the same path. Instead of like dancing, well, I used to be a professional break dancer back in my 20s, like in 2001, and we're very much like listen to music and then feeling it like outside in. Now it's all about feeling everything from here, like moving out. So I'm able to like flow now. She told me how to be a light warrior corn, and she basically told me to get on this path, which was just to get better in myself, and I have been on a path ever since. But the thing that happened when I gave up an addictive substance such as alcohol, I started tripping balls whilst making love. I was like, so for example, I mean, I'm very much from the normal world, as in like I'd never believed in magic or anything like that, or like anything, but I was like tripping, and then I would say to a lover, so remember that time we were having sex, right? Wow, I kind of saw, like, when I tense, I saw all this electricity go through your body, and then these massive wings, like, burst out your back. And she was like, no shit, because, like, when you did that, I actually felt all this electricity go through my body, and my things just literally shot out my back. I was like, no way! And that's just, like, one of a million things that happened. So ever since then, my path has been to find out what the fuck is happening in my body. I'm literally getting younger now. I don't even work out. I never hit the gym. Like, my lifestyle dictates who I am. Like, I love cycling. I never have to pay for an underground ticket. So, like, you know, it's really expensive in London. Another state of freedom. I love dancing. Now I use my dance as a form of getting everyone together. A bit like Shiva. He's my new god crush. And he, it brings people together. So now I'm able to like bring people together through dance, and I dance from like 8 hours a night on a weekend. Like,
well, that'll get you fucking
exactly,
Christ.
Yeah. All completely sober now. So
I want to know how you're getting on the tube for free, mate. Is there? You just?
No,
I was like, fuck yeah, no, you just jumping over.
It's not like Sweden where you can literally go past behind someone, and the guards don't even stop you because they're not allowed.
No, they can't. They're too nice. Okay, the bike's cool. Beautiful.
So yeah, I'm basically changing physically.
Here's what's fascinating, because somebody would look at you and they would just assume,
you're gay.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say, yeah, maybe you're gay, but no, I was going to say that, you know, it's just a guy who's just having a laugh, you know, doing drugs, and he just wants attention, and he's just some party animal, and ha ha ha.
Is he peacocking?
Exactly. They're just going to think you're a guy who's wants attention and is having a good time, but actually you're using the whole persona of the unicorn.
It's not a persona.
Well, you are a unicorn, but what I'm saying is you're using the unicornness on your spiritual journey. It's literally you're a guy on the spiritual path. You wouldn't think that. You wouldn't think. Of course you are.
Mythical is a term. I'm rebranding everything.
You just want
rebrand everything. It's not spirituality. I'm a mythical creature. I live by my 10 principles of unicornia. Check it out on the Fabulous of Unicorns. Fabulous spelt wrong. And yeah, it's I'm literally taking everything from everywhere because I'm literally spending a fortune.
It's a great example of just like exactly you can go on your own path of growth and development the way you want to do it. Fuck everybody else. You're like, look at this fucking guy. It's a fucking unicorn doing ayahuasca ceremonies and dancing around and fucking forming his own little cult. Obviously, you don't
Tribe, rebrand.
You love being a cult leader.
No, it's not. We're all cult leaders. That's a thing I'm trying to get across. We're all gods and goddesses, and we create the heavens we want to live in.
Have your own company.
You can.
So
it's really easy. Create 10 principles that you live by. I've been to NA. Christianity has them. Like everything has some kind of principles that you live by.
You know
Make
what's
them up
funny?
from your own thing.
I've joked around. I've actually come up with some very nice ideas for my own religion, which I thought would be brilliant.
Oh, what is it?
I'll tell you a little bit about it because you probably would like it. So the reason I thought it would be powerful to have your own religion is because if anybody in the system tries to get you to do something that's against your religious beliefs, you can go, that's against my religion, mate. And it's too politically incorrect for them to stop you. So here's an example. No, I've done this before. I'm in a bank once, UK bank. I'm just making a deposit or whatever. And I say, oh, could you fill out that form, mate? And I said, I've got a debit card. Why would I have to fill out a form? And I just didn't want to do it because it's idiotic.
It's annoying.
And it's annoying. And I just thought, you know, and it's a waste of paper. Why am I gonna so I just looked at them. I said, I can't fill that out. It's against my religion. So what do you mean? I said, it's against my religion to unnecessarily waste planetary resources. I can't do it. And they went, all right, fuck it. And she just didn't do it. She just bloody did it with a debit card. So, and I used the religion, and I've done it since, where I just go, nah, mate, that's against my religion. And here's the beautiful thing. So in my religion, it was you always do what's true to yourself. Ooh. Treat other people as you would expect to be treated yourself, or as they like to be treated. You know, so it's a lot of common sense. You know, just don't fuck everyone, don't fuck people over, don't enter business deals that aren't fair for both parties. Mm-hmm. You know, treat your body with respect. You know, it's just a bunch of stuff, but it all just makes sense. It's all common sense stuff. But so if the government comes along and goes, oh, obviously you can't fund war. So it's kind of it's a way also out of paying taxes. Government, hey, you got to pay taxes. Really, does your government fund terrorist groups or sell weapons to other countries? Oh, it does. Yeah, it's against my religion to support that. I'm not going to pay. You know, and imagine if everybody was in their own little group where they couldn't support governments that bomb civilians. The system would collapse, and we'd have to make a new one. We'd have to make a new planet because that's what would happen. So the power of it is amazing, and I've joked about it in my talks before, and who knows, maybe one day.
Well, there's this, one of my favourite burns on the planet is Borderland, it's Scandinavian Burning Man. And I met a guy called Alexander Bard, and he basically, he's like in a band called ReLoves or something in the 80s, and he has invented something. A friend of mine told me this, and she said, basically, there's only so much fucking and making money and eating you can do until you want something more. Like, we as humans, we have a spirit and we want to believe in something. So he invented a thing called cynicism. And yeah, he basically created a religion just to get people to connect with themselves. There's a thing in London called Sunday Assembly where they just get people together and they, instead of singing hymns, they sing power ballads.
Okay.
And I just have little chats and stuff, and
that sounds fun.
It's amazing.
I would go to that.
I want to be a part of that. The Light Warrior Corns will be part of the positive stuff in London and around the world. That's my dream. The High Vibe Tribe.
It's pretty good, mate. Mm-hmm.
Oh, talking about, I've got a present for you.
Do ya?
Well, there's the 10 Principles of Unicornia, right? Wow. I've condensed it. Hold out your hand. This is my gift to you.
Fabulous Unicorns talk about. Oh, that's great. You just condensed it down to 5?
No, read it. Read it out loud.
Always be fabulous. Not necessarily in a gay way, just in general. Always be adorned in glitter. Don't be a cunt, see? I agree with that one, mate. And here's the great thing about my podcast. We use the C word regularly, and it's fine.
Cunt.
Don't be a cunt, mate. Right there. It's good, isn't it?
Read it back, read it back.
Alone we are beautiful. Okay? That's interesting, actually, because most people are afraid of being alone. Together we are fabulous. Number sign, spread the sparkle.
Hashtag spread the sparkle.
This is how on trendy I am. I'm just like, I just see number sign, not even hashtag for me. Nice, that's great. And it's handmade, mate. Look at that. If he gets killed in some sort of horrible accident, this will be worth something one day.
Exactly.
And that will... I'm not saying I'm hoping for your death, but if it happens, mate, I'm keeping that.
Good.
Awesome.
So yeah, we need to create your own spiritual beliefs, create your own practices, create your own shit.
Well, I think it would be fascinating if everybody just had their own religion.
Yeah.
Everyone just came up with their own principles. You can be your own like animal or thing or whatever, but you just have your own thing, and you're just like, no, this is who I am. And that actually makes you attractive to women, because when women are being fucking, they'll test you. They always will test you. And then when you actually say, do you know what? You're being rude. That's you're breaking my little religion. I don't hang out with rude people. Bye-bye. And you leave. They're like, hang on a minute, that guy respects himself enough to tell me to fuck off. You know what, I'm going to text him and say, I'm sorry, I was just fucking in a bad mood today. So you have to live by your own principles. It's one of the main things. I have a series of videos I call Man Lessons.
I saw them.
And
the reason why you're in it is because I
coming.
agree with you.
Good, there's many more coming. And you just have to have your own set of rules that you live by. Otherwise, you're just like you're morphing up other people's beliefs and feelings and what they want. You need to know what the fuck you stand for, whatever that is. And there you go. That's what he's doing.
I mean, I'm not saying become a unicorn.
Ooh.
Become a unicorn. I'm saying become yourself.
Are you recruiting? You've just left your unicorns. You're recruiting
already.
Light
warrior corns. Different breed. Different breed. But we're all part of the same family. Splitting up things is fine. It's okay.
How many times have you done the ayahuasca?
Once.
Just
and I
once,
actually thought I was going to do it more. I really wanted to do it more.
If it calls you, just do it. Yeah, if it doesn't call you, do it. San Pedro was really epic.
Really? Talk about that.
Fucking
I just did Iboga.
Oh, well, I want to... Okay, so I'll tell mine. I've spoken about my San Pedro experience before on the podcast, but the brief version was absolute knowing that you're God to the level of... And we went up on a big-ass, like a mountain, basically, so I could have jumped off. And it's being so in tune with it. You can make a powder, or you can make a liquid. He just dried it up. You can actually eat it raw. You can open the thing up, but it's a pain in the ass. It's much easier to get a bunch and turn it into a powder. But basically... it's hard to describe. I could see the frequency of everything and feel it at the same time. So everything was the same. And also, I was connected to everything. The trees, the earth, the whole planet, it was all one. And it was all love. And you can see and feel it's 100% love. I touched an aloe vera plant, and it tried to heal me so powerfully, I collapsed on the floor and was like, all right, fuck it, just heal me. And I was literally just there going, as it was, I'm not kidding. It was absolute oneness for everything. It was the most beautiful experience ever. At one point, I was so grateful for my existence. Actually, honestly, it was the first time I've ever felt true gratitude.
Oh, wow.
And I collapsed to my knees, and I looked up, and I was like, thank you for putting me here. I was just crying. It was unbelievable. And I knew so much that I was God, and that in that moment, I literally was like, I could jump off this mountain right now, and it would change very little. It would cut short this life, which is a shame. But in it, I would still be God. Nothing would change, and I know that, And it's that state. This is the biggest thing. When you realize that state is what happens when we die, when we leave this body. We go back to that. So death is nothing to be afraid of.
Being scared of it.
No, but that's how they control people, and this is what people don't realize. They control you by scaring you. Oh, there's going to be a terrorist attack, so we need more money. We're going to bomb these people. We need to tax you more. Blah, 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 blah. It's all a fucking hoax because they're making you scared of where your next paycheck's going to be, scared. Every fear you can imagine, because people are afraid of death, and then they'll act like they're supposed to act because the government will protect us. It is the biggest fucking scam going. Period. And when you realize there is no death at all, it's all a fucking illusion. We're all in a dream, and you just go on to the next thing after this.
I don't believe that. I believe the next one's an
you're basically immortal. This is a great immortal. It's like we're in a video game. It's really fun. Play it, have a great time, but it's not the end. There is no
definitely
end.
Not the end.
It's not the end.
The next stage is a new adventure.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's great. It's going to
be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fear death at all. I haven't done for a long time.
Maybe I'll be a unicorn the next time. Maybe
Inshallah,
you'll be a pig.
Inshallah.
Maybe you'll be
a fabulous pig.
Who knows? But yeah, so that's that. So it was a really epic experience, and I'm sure you can get some if you really wanted to. It's good to do it where it comes from.
I need a freelance shaman.
Maybe, but it's epic, and everyone needs to have some experience like that where they realize that. And it doesn't mean you have to do drugs. Maybe you can get into meditation. or holotropic breathing you mentioned, which I know about. I've never done it.
I'm getting into that.
There's lots of ways to get to that state, and you should be trying to get to that state.
Yeah, because it's in you already.
Yeah,
So the reason why I'm a drug addict, ex-drug addict, and ex-alcoholic, is because I love escaping. I suffered from accidental depression when I was little. I was born into an Asian family. Street devout Muslim, child labour.
That will make anybody depressed.
Exactly, especially if you have to work in an Indian restaurant with racist drunk people every Friday from the age of 13 to 19, and the only way out is education. University, 3-year holiday, loved it.
I can just see you there in your unicorn outfit. You're alright. You want some chips, mate? Yeah.
So yeah, I basically needed to escape, so hence why I've been addicted to a substance since I was like 13. But it was ketamine that actually showed me superpowers.
Huh.
And that actually showed me that you could create heart explosions in other people, and I could do that sober now. Like my tantra teacher.
Because I've got work till 3 a.m. Do you mind if I shut
Sure.
down?
Oh, yeah,
It's
sure.
quite loud.
Anyway. Thanks.
Here we go.
Mythical housemates.
Unicorn and a pig together, that makes a loud experience. That's for sure.
Bound to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, basically, I have no idea what I was talking about.
You were talking about basically having...
the power of ketamine.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the power of ketamine, it's the power of drugs that literally turns on lights in you, which are already in you. It's just a shortcut. Like, we all are superhumans. We have all these superpowers, which I'm obsessed about finding now. And they exist, but drugs is a shortcut to opening up switches in you that are already in you. So...
Now,
My
precursor, not all drugs, okay? They're really shitty drugs.
Stay
Don't ever
away,
take them.
stay away.
Speed, cocaine, fucking, what are the really bad ones?
I hate MDMA.
But here's the thing. MDMA is one of the ones that can lead you to that because it makes you so happy and in touch with the love, you actually realize, wait a minute, fucking it's all love. And it can actually have profound experiences. So MDMA is good.
Well, for me...
Mushrooms can be good.
Mushrooms are
Acid
very
can
good.
be good.
Yes.
And, of course, San Pedro, ayahuasca, anything
the
that's really...
medicines, anything from
plant
Gaia,
medicines.
you're meant to have them.
But any evil chemicals, don't do it. It's shit. It's shit. It'll fuck you up.
And ketamine is really bad for you. Don't do ketamine. I love ketamine. I use it for meditation. I actually do healing circles. It's fine. It's all controlled. It's brilliant. But don't do it. It'll kill you. It won't kill you. They actually banned it. Like, according to one of my dealers, like, he basically said the reason why the government banned it so much is because they found out it's opening up people.
Of course. Hey, guys. Little newsflash if you're not with the program. Anything that opens up your third eye, which is your connection to the source, they don't want you using it because when you realize what you really are, you don't follow orders so well.
You become a god.
Yeah, no shit. Stop. But yeah, I know, and I like how we have moments of silly, but we get a little deep too.
Well, what I've realised from the courses that I go on, you've got to have the playfulness. If you're too serious, it just doesn't work. You become a bit of a dick. Whereas if you actually...
Yeah.
Like, I live by the philosophy of take the piss out of yourself first before anyone takes the piss out of you.
Sound familiar?
But for me, it works. Like, yeah. So,
You have to.
You have to.
And people take themselves way too fucking seriously. And that destroys you, basically.
So boring.
It destroys you.
So boring.
It's very boring.
So yeah, I did a boga. That was to get me off the drugs.
I want to hear about this.
So, what I saw...
Just so people know, it's the most hardcore shit ever. It's a level above like ayahuasca. It's extremely brutal and do a real fucking thing with a real powerful shaman. Don't just be like, yeah, mate, got boga. Don't do that. That's a bad plan. Yeah. All right, now that I've said.
So apparently, Iboga is the most powerful. I'm a ex-drug addict, so I really like getting high. I've only experienced.
I like how you explain it. Hey guys, I'm an ex-drug, so I really like getting high. Just so if you didn't realize what that meant, means you like to get high. Just for the record.
Escape. Come back. It's fine. Use it as a positive thing that you saw into your real life. I mean, I literally lived the dream. Like, I have 2 properties in London, and I was suicidal, jobless, and homeless, and had nothing. And then I did all this, and I can't even read or write, which is great. But my visions
talk a lot of bollocks, though, innit?
Yeah. But my visions tell me what to do. So Iboga, for me, was the validation I was looking for. The first vision I saw was me in a cloud with my tits out, hair flowing, and like is this beautiful like pastel blue and pinks and sun rays hitting the clouds, and I was like, I ran so fast, like I created a sonic boom of like blue light just trailing off me, a bit like Tron Legacy. So I was like flowing in and out. Brilliant movie. Even better on K. Drugs are bad, don't do drugs. And in the corner of my eye, I could see this red speeding light coming towards me. And I looked at what it was, and it was Chitara from Thundercats. I really fancied Chitara from Thundercats. So she was coming up beside me, and we were flirting with each other. And flow in and out of each other's paths. And then we'll connect together, and we'll flow into each other, make love, the way I teach my tantrical clients and my workshops. And then we separate again, and then we go into our own paths and being strong as individuals, and then connecting again, and then doing our dance together, and then going out and flowing in and out. And then we saw this giant rainbow, and we're like, let's chase the rainbow. And we like held each other's hands. We went, and then we like ran up the rainbow, and then we were trying to see what was at the end of it, and we saw this tail, and to that tail was this pegacorn, like a white horse with a horn, and on top of that horn was this beautiful goddess, which was She-Ra, the princess of power. And like we both checked her out, and like we went in front of her and we danced in front of her, and like we all three of us clocked each other, and then we, like me and Chitara ran up to She-Ra. We did a little somersault, and I landed behind She-Ra, and Chitara landed in front of She-Ra, and then we became this union of three. And I went into this beautiful bliss state where I just felt my body feel love like I've never felt love before. Well, apart from when I was an ayahuasca and when I'm in a tantra state. So it's only when I'm in a state of bliss do I feel this in my body. And it exploded into a beautiful white light, and I saw myself in the future where I was a lot more grounded. My two lovers, which were archetypes of like warrior women. We had these three beautiful enlightened children, and we had this land and everything, and we were living off the land, and like it was just, I never felt that happiness because I haven't been there, but I know what it's like to have that joy and connection and union with three people that love each other. So my dream is literally to have a tricorn relationship with these warrior women, and that vision kind of validated to keep on pursuing what I'm after, which is, but that's in like 5 years' time. In the meantime, I'm gonna be a tantric gigolo. That's one thing. That's one thing. The other stuff told me to become this tantric gigolo, unicorn healer, and also I saw myself for the first time. I basically saw myself from outside in, instead of like living it. Like when you meditate, you can't, like if you close your eyes right now, try and imagine your own face. It's really hard. It's like, because you're living it, you're in your face. You only really see it when you're like having a shave or something. So so I saw my, like the narrative strand of Iboga is meant to be tracing your masculine, like your grandfathers all the way down to you, like your father's grandfather's side, great great grandfathers today. So I saw like an old man, and then I saw all the men in the world like overlapping, and then I saw all these Asian men, and then I saw like my granddad, and then my dad, and I saw myself, and I saw myself as a little baby. I was a very ugly child, by the way. My nickname was Teefy. I was in braces for 5 years. Then my nickname was Fruitcake because I was fucking mental. This is at the age of 8.
Something's changed.
Most things don't. And yeah, I was basically a very ugly child. Then I grew into my face eventually, which was only like last year. So I actually found out that I'm actually really hot. Only through a lot of fucking therapy. But I saw what I looked like, and I really stand out. Like I look weird, and then I looked even weirder. And now, like when I go to work, like I wear jackets like like this to work, and I work in a very corporate environment in advertising. Awesome. I know, thank you.
That's great.
So when I rock into like a studio or something, like the Saatchi's or any of other places, I basically really stand out, and I never knew that. I just wear clothes because they make me feel nice. Like it's not like there's that term peacocking. It's not actually peacocking. It just makes me feel comfortable in myself. But I stand out.
Well, same thing. I mean, I'm not wearing these shoes because I think people will like
They're really nice.
I just think they're fucking amazing. I saw
We
these,
got
I was
the memo.
like, yeah, what the fuck? I just saw these, I'm like, I'm buying those shoes, they're fucking crazy. And I just feel good wearing these, and if you try and put me like in a suit, I'd be like, fuck off. It's so shit. It's like, I don't want to be like anyone else.
I actually had to go on a shop once to dress like go on an adult shop, because in my career as an art director, you've got to command respect, and I just look really young, so people don't really pay much attention to me. So I thought, right, I need to dress like an adult. I didn't need to do that. I just had to talk a bit deeper.
So here's a question. So doing all this stuff. So your next thing is you want to go and you want to be a tantric healer corn, basically.
Tantricorn.
Tantricorn, right?
Tantricorn, yes.
Yeah. And tantric's some powerful stuff. I'm actually doing a course I told you about very soon. I'm very excited because I've just been dabbling, but I want to take it further. But what's your like? Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself one day living with these 2 women on a farm somewhere? You're just chilling. Like, what's your long term?
Funny you should say that.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Should we bring it down to show
What's
the
the
class?
Yeah, why not? Okay, that's cool.
So you're gonna do the same course that I did,
Yeah.
which changed me, which is also on Vice Unicorns.
Actually, wait. You don't have to do that. Keep it on. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking GoPro, mate. we're both idiots. Is what we are. There it is, right
Look, there it is. Right, I can
That's
talk
him.
you through it.
there. Yeah.
So I went on this course called the New Tantra, and I basically saw myself as this. The masculine and the feminine. I'm already that. There's Chitara, there's Shira, and I found out how to have enlightened babies from the course.
That's so amazing.
So
That's
I'm
hilarious.
almost on stage 3 of the 3 stages of freedom within a capitalist society. I'll talk about that in a minute. So my visions are: gain superpowers to help others, sustainable love, conscious tantric lovemaking, tricorn relationship. You'll find freedom and show the world it's achievable. Financial freedom, self-sustainable commune, earthship, family, enlightened children, community, teaching everyone to have superpowers. So basically, there's my beautiful earthship. That's where we're going to have all the retreats and stuff. And oh god, it's run out!
No, it's fine. It's fine.
You sure?
You're right. Yeah, it's going. Still got 2 bars battery, mate.
Okay,
GoPro,
cool.
GoPro Hero 4, bitches. It's awesome.
So yeah, that's going to happen in 5 years' time.
There we go. Ooh.
No.
We're using Russell Brand's Bookie Wook 2 as a as a holder.
I mean, we're not using that one.
Put that over here. Why do you have this? He's not a unicorn. He's anti-unicorn. He's trying to kill everybody.
He did kill
He
everybody!
did kill a lot of people. Why is this on here?
Mein
This is-
Kampf,
I
my
make so
struggle.
Many, I make so many Hitler jokes.
Really?
Mate, I have so many inappropriate jokes. I have no idea.
Oh my god, Hitler!
I've just been.
If you think you can't make a difference, this guy became the leader of an Aryan race. Does he look Aryan? If you believe you can't make a difference, you fucking can.
I can't believe you're using Hitler as an argument for, hey, you guys can change the world. Hitler did. That's fucked up.
There's a different way of seeing it as well. You know, people rule with fear, hate. There's always an opposite to everything. So you could rule with love and compassion and joy.
Yeah, that's not the planet we're on right now, but we're moving towards that slowly. Slowly. We're
See,
getting there.
but I live by a quote. I want to bring up this quote because this has been my quote that has literally been my thing. Star Trek has been there it is. Star Trek has been my model for life, and this quote has always inspired me since I was 16. That's 1996. The acquisition of wealth is no longer the driving force in our lives. We work to better ourselves and the rest of humanity.
You know what? I know what episode's that from. I'm a huge Trekkie. The one where they get all these people from the past, and it's the businessman, and he's literally they've unfrozen him 400 years in the future, and he just wants to get his fucking money back. That's the episode. And then Picard's like, he says the quote, like, we don't need money anymore. And he's just like, what's the point of living if you can't get fucking rich?
First contact, yeah.
Yeah, mate. Love the Star Trek.
Well, I'm a massive geek. I dress up as a superhero every single weekend and get the girl. I actually did get the girl now. But I want to tell you about what happened. So I gave up drinking last year, and I became a husk of a man. So I actually couldn't look a girl in the eye. I'm London's most frigid man if I don't drink.
Huh.
Yeah, so basically that was my superpower. Our old crest of Fabulous of Unicorns used to have like a glitter ball and like Lambrini bottles. That was the nectar of the unicorns. I stopped drinking, so I literally just froze, and like I couldn't even talk to a girl. And I thought, fuck it, I'm never gonna meet a girl ever again. I'm never gonna have sex again. And I actually surrendered to that thought process. And someone said, you'll find a person that you love doing the stuff that you love. So I shifted all my hobbies to vagina-based practices. So I thought, I'm all about, again, loopholes, life hacks.
So you've basically replaced drugs with the natural drug, sex, vagina, women, love.
I wouldn't. Yeah, well,
That's quite good.
Well, it's actually, it's not. It's actually I got addicted to knowledge. It's actually I studied the vagina. Like the yoni is.
I too have studied the vagina. We are brothers.
But the yoni-verse is a big expanse of knowledge, which actually I now see conspiracies that suppress it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh dude. Men's sexuality is being crushed right now. Men have zero confidence in their sexuality. They don't feel comfortable talking to women. They're on fucking online dating and shit, trying to hook up that way, which is brutal and actually works to make you even more fucking awkward.
I basically got stood
Terrible.
up all the time to a point that I haven't dated in 1 year, 4 months, and 12 days. So I actually don't have to worry about dating anymore now, because I will never be part of that Tinder generation, because I am...
He likes to have sex with real unicorns, so...
Exactly, think about that one.
Yeah. Not a lot of unicorns on Tinder, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't function well in the real world. I can't go into a bar or club and pick up a girl because I've never done that. I've actually only ever slept with my mates. So my brief to myself is only sleep with strong, inspiring women that enrich your life. In that way, you can't really fuck up.
That's beautiful.
So yeah,
That's well said.
that's the only way. And that goes for men as well, women as well. It's like, you know, just instead of like giving your body to someone, like just you know, be with people that inspire you, and you don't have to keep on. Well, this is for men and women. It's like it's just a human thing. That union between two people or three people or more is the reason why we're taking drugs, is to connect with other people and connect with ourselves. Through sex, it's the ultimate way of bringing everything into one. And for me, that is deeply healing and nourishing, because you've connected with another human without the aid of substances, and it is the most beautiful thing, and nourishing and healing. So that's the path I'm on. And once you do, are you allowed to say the new Tantra?
Yeah, fuck it, I mean... Yeah.
Well, that's what TNT is. It's a very fast track therapy, dealing with a lot of shadows, and like it's really intense and really, really, you need a lot of courage to do it. So I'm not going to tell you anything about it, because you are a man of courage. So I would love to see you after you come out, because we all get given TNT names, and mine's Lady Gaga. I'm very much in my feminine, obviously, but I'm very happy to be in my feminine. And what that taught me was to reconnect back to my masculine core. So now I'm a lot more... I use that sexual energy that I have in the bedroom, and I actually use it in real life to lead.
Okay.
Which I never used to do, because I was like, oh, I'm very much in my Shakti. But now I am in balance with my masculine and feminine.
That's beautiful. It's interesting how we have very similar philosophies.
Yeah.
Very, very similar.
Collective consciousness, I guess.
I had a feeling about this guy. Well, listen, we both got to end it somewhere. I think we've said some amazing stuff. It's been really fun.
Excellent.
And now we could do a little bit of hanging out off camera and just be even more just ourselves.
Just ourselves, exactly.
So, what do you want to say to these wonderful people? The ones that made it all the way to the end of this. Stay fabulous.
Stay fabulous.
Is that it?
Always be fabulous to one another, because, you know, then the universe will always deliver. Yeah, don't be a cunt. Basically, always be the three small principles. Yes, here it is.
There it is.
Read it. Remember, alone we're beautiful, together we are fabulous. Hashtag spread the sparkle, the fabulous unicorns.
Can't end stronger than that. Sasha Daygame podcast, blah, 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 blah. Cast of the pod, part of the cast. It's been beautiful. See you guys later.
Ciao, ciao.
Peace.